Hey guys, welcome back to Ants Midwest. So I was removing substrate from here and putting it into there, trying to just, get all the ants alone, even though it's going to be like impossible. Look at all that, and the ants are so small. But I picked out this leaf here that had tons of workers in it, and I'm guessing also brood. It looked like there might have been some white inside of it. But there's actually quite a lot of workers in that leaf. I'm really hoping that there will be more things like that, where they're kind of huddled up into groups. They're just now kind of like being like, oh hey, we should probably go. Oh, I hope that's not a bad mite right there. Oh man, that makes me really nervous, to be honest. Oh well, it's in there. And it's absolutely tiny. I cannot see it with my eyes. But yeah, they're starting to explore out of their leaf, and soon they should all find the nest. I would guess that they smell their sister's pheromones already in this outworld, so they should figure it out pretty soon. So this tube idea that I had, it was not working. No ants were going through. I put some like hot glue there and poked a hole in it so that it was only big enough for workers to get through and not the queens, but that's the only worker I've seen in the tube, and I don't think that they can actually get through that hole I poked. So I've resorted to picking things out with the tweezers, just, little by little, until the density of, like, debris to workers is more workers than debris, so that I can just pick up little bits of debris like that leaf and just set it in there with more workers. It'll make it so much easier. And as you can see now, there's quite a few workers out. They're starting to leave the leaf more and more. They're so pretty to me. So we'll see if I can get you guys a decent view here. Let me see, I gotta switch angles. So the quality filming through the bag is really poor, but there's a bunch of workers grouped up there. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for, is when there's a piece of debris or substrate or whatever with a lot of workers on it, then I can just set it into the nest and increase the population much faster. Also, every time I get to a leaf like this, where it's kind of all curled up, where workers could get inside, I tear it open and just to make sure there's no workers. I really want to try to get as many as I can out of here. Take a look at that leaf now, guys. There's so many workers pouring out. And they're all like following this pheromone, saying like, what? This is our nest? I don't remember this being our nest. Lots and lots of them now. And many are feeding. I didn't even realize, oh my gosh. I didn't even realize how many were feeding. I forgot to keep looking at that. That's great. I'm so happy about that. Cool. Yo. I just watched a queen come out of there. I had no idea. There's still 3 in here, right? That wasn't, one of those didn't somehow get up there, right? I can't see. Yeah, there's still 3 in there. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. You know what that means? There could be even more queens in here. That explains so much why there were so many workers in there. I wonder if there's maybe even another queen in there. Probably not, but that's awesome. Yo, look at what I just opened. Look how many there are. Oh my god. I didn't realize what I was about to open up right there. Oh, shoot, man. I didn't have time to react to, like, move them into there, but... Dang, that's a lot of ants, man. Sweet. So I just decided to put that leaf in, too, because, you know, lots of ants on that leaf, so... It's kind of crowding a lot of space, though. I don't really have much more room to place more debris in. I'm trying to see if there's another queen, but if there is, she's probably moved into a darker area by now. So it kind of sucks now because for two reasons. One is when ants have a queen with them, they behave differently. They behave as though they have to protect this thing, so they set up base with the queen. Without the queen, I don't know if they'll have the instinct to set up a base, or if they're all just gonna constantly be searching for the nest or where the queen is. So it might be more difficult to get them to all be in one spot and move them into there as debris, but who knows, maybe they'll still have that instinct anyways. But that's something interesting to think about. By the way, check that out. Most of the workers that were like on the leaves that I put in, most of those are what's on there. Most of the workers that came in on the new leaves today haven't even seen the nest yet, so yeah, they must be really hungry, or they just super like that. Either way, I love that they're doing that. There's also kind of this problem that, let me show you what I'm talking about. So let me zoom out. I didn't realize I zoomed in so far. Okay. When I grab this stick here, I'm having such a hard time seeing it there. When I grab this stick here, look at how much of the debris moves. Like that entire chunk. And that's where all the ants are. The vast majority of them. And that chunk does not fit in that nest. Also, there's a ladybug. Will my ants want to eat that? Alright, so I've broken up that big chunk. And there's still a little chunk and there's a lot of ants in there still too. But I've also taken this piece of it that had a lot of ants on it, and I've placed that in. And they're still going ham over that mealworm thing. It's not like a mealworm that I have a farm of, but I caught it outside and froze it, so they seem to love it. Ugh, but I am getting really sick of doing this, so I'm gonna take a break. I might actually not even finish it today. But I am gonna watch and record those. I don't really know how I got decent shots in this nest in the last video, because I can't see. Okay then, I can't seem to focus on them today. I don't know what's going on. So instead of just trying to record them in there, I'll just record these workers out here. Because they're still going absolutely crazy. And I love it. There's so many feeding right there. Let me get a better position. I could literally sit here all day and just watch them. I don't know a whole lot about them. I haven't done a ton of research yet, but what I do know is that they don't require very much humidity. They actually tend to nest in bone dry wood. And that's where these came from, just out of wood. However, they still do like the dark, so I would assume at some point that fourth queen, she's still under those leaves somewhere. I would assume at some point she'll make her way into the actual nest area, as the other three did as well. I introduced the first three queens up in the outworld as well, and they worked their way down. Two of them did leave at one point, however. I'm not sure why, but they went back down after like 30 minutes. I'm not really sure what caused them to leave. Oh, I'm so happy that they're I mean, they seem like they're doing well. I can't really say for sure yet because I mean, I've only had them a couple of days. But they're absolutely gorgeous. I love them so much. Let's go ahead and see. I gave my Fedoli Bicarinata. I keep forgetting what they are. I think it's Bicarinata. I gave my Fedoli Bicarinata the other half of this larva, I suppose you can call it. So let's go take a look and see if they're munching on that. Make sure there's no workers on the lid, none on the sides, and boom. They're kind of scattering. Wow, there's a lot more workers than I thought. They kind of scattered when I took the lid off. There's a major. Awesome. They scattered when I took the lid off, but they were all just wrecking house on that larva thing. They're going crazy. They've even started to dig around it. I would guess that the queen is in that hole there. That's where I see most of the worker activity. Except for right now, they're kind of scattering because I opened their nest and I'm shining light on them. But yeah, they're going for it for sure. Awesome. I love that. Ah, I forgot I fed my Crematogaster piccia too. They're going ham. Oh, there. Look at them all. I had placed food on that tinfoil and I looked in there and I was like, oh my gosh, it's gone. They're dragging it back into the nest right now. That's awesome. They're kind of freaking out because I started shining light, but yeah, they were real excited about that. I also forgot I have all that food to give to my Formica Montana yet. Oh man. I went to like straighten the foil out and I forgot that I already put a piece of freaking larva on it. Now I got it all in my fingers. What do I do with that? I don't want to wipe it on my pants. I mean, I really want to wipe it on my pants, but I don't want to wipe it on my pants. I don't want to go out and get a tissue right now. I'm too lazy. Oh, on! I wiped on my pants. Okay. Now these, I'm just going to give them whole. The Formica Montana are ridiculous, so I'm just going to see what happens if I give them all their food whole today. Throw that over there. Oh, and I gotta kind of clean out all their waste. Okay, since I've already showed you some feeding with the Formica Montana, I'm not gonna show this on camera. But I do have a really cool feeding video for them coming up, and I'm hoping it goes well. So stay tuned for that. Let's just take one more look. One more little look. I'll do this until 16 minutes, and then we'll call it quits. I'm just so excited for these. Wow, just absolutely covering it. So I actually have a good place for these. I'm gonna move them there now. I'm gonna go up and over my bed. I forgot that that is there. Never mind. Not moving them there yet. I'm gonna leave them on the floor for one more night. Well guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I think I'm getting better at this. Plus I've got some new species. And I'm super jacked about the Crematogaster. Honestly, more than any of the other ones. Which might show you how much of a noob I am because I just got Fatoli, so yeah.